Yo, what's poppin'? Your boy TJ back with another video. Trader Spin, the growing legend, the GOAT on the forex YouTube industry. Here's how I grew an account with $100. Everyone wants to know how to flip accounts. Everyone wants to know how to get rich quick. This guy knows how. Here we go.
What it do traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So bro, things that are done by most traders that are trading an account that is less than $100 and things that are basically stopping their account from growing, bro. But you know what I have to stress out first is that on an account like $100 account, bro, it is so much hard for you to consistently grow it, right? Like yes, you can probably grow it to $50,
It's true.
and you know, and then the next day you're going to grow it to, like, it's going to take negatives, like it's going to be on $130, and then on the next day 170, and then on the next day $90, and then on the next day $60, and then on the next day $7. So that curve is sort of like going to be something like this, right, till you basically blow that account, right? So it's going to be hard for you to somehow grow that account consistently, right? Why am I saying that it's going to be hard for you to grow that account? It is because in most cases you're going to be risking using stop losses, which is going to be hard for you, bro, to follow proper risk management, right? So you're going to be like, okay, I don't really take a trade that is more than 30 pips. I don't really take a trade that has got a stop loss of like more than 50 pips. I don't really take a trade that has got a stop loss that is more than like 70 pips and stuff like that. Like for me, bro, I take a trade even if like, let us say that I enter on a daily time frame, even if a stop loss is like 90 pips, bro, I do take the trade as long as I am risking 1% of my account. I risk using percentages, not using stop losses. So bro, speaking of not being able to follow proper risk management in $100 account, is it even possible for you, bro, to even risk 1% on $100 account? Yes, it is super much important, bro, with the use of a center account, bro. I always talk about a center account because it saved me when I was starting out in this forex trading space. What happens,
Mate, I told you, this guy's the GOAT, bro.
a center account is that when you deposit using $100 on a center account, it is basically multiplied by what? By 100, meaning now that you've got $10,000, but that $10,000 is equivalent to $100. So what happens is a center account basically gives you enough room to do what? To basically make your mistakes. A center account basically gives you enough room to lose and then try to gain back and stuff like that, right? So if you are going to be finding a center account with $100 account, I think it can even take you like 5 months, 6 months, even a year, bro, to basically do what? To basically blow that account. So while you're basically starting out in the forex trading space and you're sort of like trying to find a way in it, get yourself a center account, because what's going to happen there is you are going to be able to feel that to get the real feeling of how it feels like to trade with real money while protecting your capital, because we all know that, bro, demo account and real account, it is not the same, right? So coming back to the center account helping you trade a small account, like I said, that in a center account your capital is basically multiplied by 100, meaning that on a center account you have $10,000. So I want you guys to know that 0.01 cannot cater to risk 1% in $100 account. Like 0.01 is just too much huge for you to be able to do it, for you to be able to risk 1% on that $100 account. So that is why you then need a center account, right? So what's going to happen is in a center account, bro, 0.01 is equivalent to 1.0, right? So in a normal standard micro account, right, in a normal standard micro account, it's just 0.01, but in a center account it's going to be 1.0. So now what's going to happen is you are now going to be able to use a lot size that is less than 0.01.
Let me know in the comments down below if you use live accounts or if you use prop firm challenges.
By doing what? By going below a lot size that is 1.0 on the center account. For instance, 0.50 on a center account is equivalent to what? To 0.005 on a normal micro standard account, right? Meaning that now you can be able to use lot sizes like 0.001, 0.002, 0.003, which you wouldn't have been able to use on a normal standard micro account. So now what then will happen is you are now going to have enough room. There's just going to be this huge room that's going to be created, and you are going to be able to risk 1% of your account, which, bro, if you cannot be able to basically calculate your risk, bro. I believe that if you are taking things serious about trading and all of those things, I believe that you've got yourself just a textbook, or you've got yourself just a journal where you record each and every trade that you take. If you do not have like a hard copy of a journal, I believe that you do maybe have a digital journal, probably like a software or an application whereby you record each and every trade that you take. A lot of traders don't even know that some of them are basically profitable. Why? Because they do not journal their trades. What they do is they take a trade, they lose, oh okay, it's fine. Take a trade, they lose. So most of the time they don't track their performances. If you do not track your performances, bro, how on earth are you going to know that you are basically probably consistently profitable? So the number one factor that I feel like is delaying a lot of traders is that, firstly, they do not follow proper risk management. Secondly, they do not journal their trades. Right, so you find out that a trader probably, like it, as we all know, guys, that you can somehow win 3 trades and lose 7 trades, and and still make money at the end of the day because you followed proper risk management. But if you are not following proper risk management and not journaling the risk to reward ratio, how on earth are you going to know that, okay, I did probably like make some money and stuff like that and all of those? If you are going to be risking using pips and not percentages, it's going to be hard for you, bro, to see your performances. The number one factor, bro, get yourself a center account, try to track your performance, and at the end of the month, add everything up and see if you were on the positives, right? So a center account is really what you need in order for you, bro, to sort of like grow it, right? The number one mistake is, I feel like the number one factor, bro, is thinking that you can consistently grow $100 account, like a normal $100 account, bro. You need to get a center account, bro. That's my advice from me to you, right? You just really need to get a center account. It's going to protect your capital. You are going to be able to follow proper risk management. On a center account, you are going to be able to risk 1%, right? Because now what happens is, you see, when you fund using like small capital, right? When you fund using small capital, you then get these high hopes of saying that, hey, I'm going to flip this 100. It basically, most of the time, it's like you're not just trading for the future, bro. You're just trading for present gains. Like, okay, I'm going to fund $50, flip it and make $200, and then take my girlfriend out in the weekend and stuff like that. So there's just not much longevity on it. But on a center account, bro, it's going to do something psychologically to you, because you're going to be seeing $10,000, bro. Like it's going to appear as $10,000. So what you then can do is, okay, let us say that you did fund that 10,000 your center account with $100, and on that particular month you made probably like $10, meaning that your account is going to be seated at what, $11,000, right, on the positives after 30 days. So what you can then do, bro, let us say that you're probably in college and stuff like that, you take $30 and you do it and you fund it back onto your center account, and now your center account is $14,000. You grow it again, you make $5,000, which is $5, right, on a center account, right? And then at the end of the month you take $10, which is $1,000 on your center account, right? And then in no time you're going, let us say you are consistently profitable and have been following proper risk management, and in no time you're going to see yourself having what, $20,000 on a center account. Like that feeling, bro, of knowing that I had $10,000 and now I've got like $20,000, even though that $20,000 is equivalent to 200 USD, but it does something to you psychologically, bro, which is what you need, which is why basically it's sort of like going to do something to your mind, whereby it's going to, I don't know how I can put it, but there's going to be longevity. You're somehow going to see longevity on that account, right? So I see a lot of people also thinking that, a lot of traders also thinking that they can just fund an account once off and then that's it. No, bro. When you are growing an account,
Yo, to be fair, he's spitting some facts, He's just telling you where he's learned from his mistakes, and he obviously made probably a lot of mistakes at the start, and you got to just get that trading plan in play and stick to it.
Fund, you follow proper risk management, probably you make 2% of your account, and then you take how much, and then you take probably $20, $50, $100, whatever you can afford, you fund it back onto your account, you make probably 5% of your account on that particular month, and then you take out your lunch money and then you fund back, bro. You do that, probably, let us say that you're going to do that for like 6 months, bro, like 6 months, and then in no time, bro, you're going to have like a big account. Another thing that I always encourage a lot of traders is that, bro, what you need to do is you mustn't rush to fund, but what you can do is you can sort of like save up that money that you are going to fund up with while you are learning forex trading. Let us say that it took you probably a year to basically become consistently profitable, and each and every week you were saving like $10, $10, and saying to yourself that, you know, once I become consistently profitable, I'm going to fund with this money, right? And then after a year, you then try to track your performance, and then, you know, sort of like try to see if you are really consistently profitable. But at the while you are basically trading, trying to grow your trading skills, it is much advisable to use a cent account, because a demo account, bro, forget about it. Demo account, I feel like you should just forget about it. There are no emotions involved and stuff like that. But you know, it's hard, bro, to save money for funding while you are learning to trade, because there will come a time where you're going to be like, Ish, yeah, now this is the right one, this is the right strategy, and then you fund, and then you
100%.
blow, and then you chill for a week, and then you come back the next month when you've got $50 to fund, and then you fund, and then you blow, and then you chill. You know, like it's somehow that much of a cycle process. So if you want me to go deeper on what a cent account is, and if you do not understand what a cent account is, you can say so in the comment section below, and I'm definitely going to release a video focusing specifically on a cent account. But I think I have released a video focusing specifically on a cent account. I'll try to leave a link in this video's description. Also, you can check out my vlog channel. The link is in this video's description. See you in the next one. Cool.
Make sure to subscribe to Trader Spin. Link is down below in the description. Great video. Learn from his mistakes. Grow the small accounts. Keep risk managing. It's been your boy TJ. Appreciate the support. Subscribe to me. Keep watching my reacts. And I'll be back in a bit. Peace.